Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Belch Brief. Now, today we're going to explore something amazing, this amazing opportunity that DSP is offering us. He had this new idea because, you know, his new thing is to do reaction videos, the trend from 2015. Now, his new idea, one of them, was to watch an EVILAJ, This Is How You Don't Play, right? A classic This Is How You Don't Play. This, nobody's gonna care about this. It's just him being fucking bad at games and toxic at fucking games. We've seen that. But the other thing, the thing that caught my eye was DSP doubling down on the reason why his friends didn't want to be friends with him anymore. 7 years after the fact, in exploiting them for views yet again. Of course, this is a carrot that is being dangled. This carrot is being dangled for when he hits 450 members, because that's what he likes to do. So maybe he doesn't even have any intention on actually doing this, but what he wants to do is react to Rambo and Howard's video addressing him, in which they state that they no longer want to be friends with him because he prioritizes money over their friendship.
Like a whole bunch of things that has happened in the past that just irritates people, because now what ends up happening is like, do you value money more than our friendship?
Now, we're going to get into this clip, and I'm going to play just the segment where he talks about the Rambo and Howard podcast. And let's examine exactly what this dumb bitch received from that message. Let's dive in. Let's watch it a little bit. This should be pretty fast because it's not a long clip. And after that, I'm going to tell you what I think, and that's going to be it.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the other idea I had, which is right in the same vein, okay? Something else completely different. Something from the past. Something that I really don't talk about that much anymore, although some people every once in a while bring it up. It's kind of not something that really affects me in the present, but it's something that for a long time people asked me to react to, and I said, no, I'm not going to. And then every once in a while, a little bit I talk about it, and blah, blah, blah. So basically, in a nutshell, I could react, finally, 7 years later.
7 years later.
To that video / audio podcast. I'm not even clear on what
Look at this bullshit explanation.
I don't think that the original file even exists anymore.
Yeah.
But reacting to what Rambo and Howard said about me.
What did they say?
In 2015. I have never responded to it.
Never
Only every once in a
responded.
while it'll come through in a video where someone will ask, and every once in a while I'll address it very briefly. All right. But in this case, it would be like fully addressing it. You know, like actually going through it, listening to it, and responding. My attitude is, as a person and a content creator in the back in the day, all right, not today, but back then, was very different compared to what I do today. And at one point in my life, it was like, okay, pump out content, 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 and everything around me kind of has to suffer for it. You know what I'm saying? Everything around me doesn't really matter. As long as I'm pumping out content, I'm getting views, I'm making a living doing it. And we had...
All right, so here's him in a Weasley way admitting that he was just doing shit for money. Nothing else mattered but the money. But of course he's not gonna say that because it implies that he was a bad person. And that couldn't happen because Phil is good, right? And the trolls, terrible. Terrible people.
things that are in my...
But no, we're gonna admit it in a very Weasley way. I was caring about the views. I was caring about making a living. Wow, very nice. Anything. He's gonna say anything to say that he prioritized the friends, he prioritized making money instead of friends.
personal life suffered as a result of it.
Now
Actually,
he's looking at chat for no reason. And now what he saw is this person who is saying, in 2022, you're going to further monetize Rambo and Howard without paying them, which is their largest complaint back in 2015. Isn't that kind of scummy? And I do agree. And one of their other largest complaints is that he values money more than their friendship. That is the actual direct quote. Do you value money more than our friendship? Is what Howard asked. That was the exact quote.
here's someone who's an idiot and didn't even watch the video.
Oh, that guy is an idiot, by the way. He didn't watch the video. He didn't watch the video.
In 2022, you're going to further monetize Rambo and Howard without paying them, which is their largest complaint in 2015. That wasn't even their largest complaint. You didn't watch the
And this was phrased in a stupid way, and that's why it got this response. Because this is not how you phrase it. Because that wasn't their largest complaints. Because now, as you see with semantics, Rambo was paid, Howard was not paid. And Howard's problem was that Respect the Pack were also not paid. But now DSP is going to take it as Rambo and Howard would not paid, which is not true.
video, you fucking idiot.
You see, you didn't watch the video.
That's a detractor spin on it.
That's a detractor spin on it. Let's see the reality. I would like to see the reality of
Completely
this.
false. Multiple times in the... Oh, I'm frozen? Check.
Here we get a little bit of a segment of him tweaking out. His internet was trash or something. So let's skip through this. Very
So anyway, let's get back to what I was saying. All right. No, one of the major issues that Rambo and Howard had with me back in the day was essentially that I was just a workaholic. If you watch the...
No, this is straight up wrong. The direct quote is,
Do you value money more than our friendship?
do you value money more than our friendship? It wasn't that you were working too much or working too hard, which none of that was true. Is that you focused on your interactions with them being about making money.
Why does he contact you? It's not because he wants to see how you're doing. It's to do playthroughs so he can make money.
Making you money. And that offended them. And there's an hour-and-a-half fucking video. It's not about you work too much. It's that you prioritize money and you value money more than you value your fucking friends.
I think I got caught in like a jam with something. And I told him, I'm like, dude, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it. You know, I got some stuff going on and this and that. And basically, he makes me feel like shit. Because he writes back, he goes, well, if you don't show up, it just basically solidifies the fact that we're not friends.
Wow.
And dude, he made me feel like shit. Like seriously, like shit.
In this desperate and pathetic attempt to monetize your dead friendship is an example of that. Because you could just let those people go. They're not a part of your life anymore. They're not even on the internet anymore. But for 450 members, you guys have the ability to watch him react to his fucking friends, telling him they don't want to be his fucking friends anymore because he loves money too much.
video, that's basically what they're saying.
That's basically what they're saying. How about we hear what they're actually saying?
Do you value money more than our friendship?
Neglected our friendship. Phil wasn't a good friend to us because Phil was all about work.
No, you were all about including them in your work so you can make money. That's what you were all about, and they fucking told you so. When you text them about fucking playthroughs.
I send him text messages, some random ones, you know, Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, doesn't reply back. So I thought that he changed his number.
Okay, so he moves in June.
Yeah.
You never hear from him again, basically.
So I never hear from him again. So
after him saying to you, if you don't come here, then you're solidified that we're not friends. And
we're not friends, right?
Then he moves and there's no communication at all.
They text you to see if you're still alive, and you text them about playthroughs and doing co-op gameplays.
All he wanted to do was pump out content.
Because he just saw them as a machine to pump out fucking videos from.
Pump out content. Anytime we hung out.
Workaholic, look at the fucking spin. The spin he gets. And I'm supposed to be spinning shit. Bro, there's no more shit to spin. I don't even have anything to spin anymore. Because this dude spun it all. He was working too hard. He was working too hard. That's why his friends literally made an hour-and-a-half video telling the internet why they don't want to be friends anymore. Because he fucking sucks. And all he thinks about is money. And he doesn't respect anybody but himself.
Time we did this, he was doing, and they're right.
You have no respect for people that are alive, for fucking people that are dead. You don't give a shit about anybody but yourself.
They're absolutely right. Of course, I have a side to the story too that I've never told.
He has a side to the story. That he was buying toys and bought a fucking BMW and didn't pay the people that worked on his own fucking project. On his passion project, Project fucking 7.
In that video are basically true. You know what I'm saying? Like that's to some extent, absolutely. Those things are correct. But John Rambo never had an issue with money. He even says it in the video.
Yeah,
he
he did.
I want
exactly. And he's still responding to that stupid fucking comment that was phrased in a different way. So it gets to be attacked and it gets to be criticized.
Clear this up and say, hey, by the way, FYI, you know, I was always paid. And then Howard goes, oh, well, I wasn't. And I think that's what I mean. I'm spoiling by basically reacting to it now because there's a good reason. And we could talk all about it, you know. The thing is, I don't want people to get the wrong idea, because if
what is the wrong idea?
Video, it's not going to be a situation where it's like I'm slamming those guys.
Yeah,
okay?
you can't. You literally have no ammo to slam them. It's their video. Them coming out, them coming forward and stating that they don't want to be friends with you anymore because you don't value them as friends. You have nothing to dunk on them with. You have no ammo. You have no power in this situation. It's just two dudes who got to the level that you had to get them to, which DSP's fucking level is making videos on the internet. He can't address anything in a personal manner and in behind the scenes as a grown fucking mature adult. He needs to make a video about it because he's this much of a fucking drama queen. And that's also what they said in the video. And they had to belittle themselves to this position where they had to make a stupid ass video for the internet, telling anybody why they didn't want to be friends with this guy, because he just couldn't get it. He just couldn't fucking get it.
Not. I'm basically going to be telling you the true situation.
He's gonna be telling you the true situation 7 years after the fucking fact. Thank you, Phil. The true situation why you don't have any friends for 7 years. I really am interested in knowing what it is.
What happened behind the scenes, and essentially let you know the truth of it, which most of it is true and most of it is bad and damning to me, but I didn't know about any of it.
And I'm sure his response will be something like, I don't remember that you paid, or I don't know, or you never, maybe he'll say you never brought it up to me, but you shouldn't have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you shouldn't have to now.
You really shouldn't have to call him and go, Phil, give me the money from my percentage of the shirt.
And that was
he didn't know. They didn't tell him. You have to tell a grown-ass fucking man that he's inappropriate, that he should value his fucking friends. You gotta tell a grown-ass fucking man to stop spending money on toys and spend money on people that are working on his project. You have to tell a grown man to stop drinking and texting you in the middle of the fucking night, like a salty ex.
My issue with that was that they went out of their way to make this video. I've been talking to them and asking them. In particular, I say them. It's really not them. It's John Rambo, okay? Because I almost never directly talk to
He's been talking to Rambo.
Too, because it's just true, okay? I was in a situation where I was talking directly to John, and he was not responding. So you could argue that, yeah, you were a bad person. Yeah, I can agree to that, actually. I'll agree that I was not a good friend to them, because that really wasn't the kind of relationship that we had. But I never knew about the issues. I was never told at all.
But you shouldn't have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you shouldn't have to now.
You really shouldn't have to call him.
They have to tell him again. What did his parents do? What did DSP's fucking parents do? Where everybody have to tell him stuff all the time. You gotta tell him stuff. It's a grown-ass man. You gotta tell him stuff about the common decency and the etiquette of having friends and how fucking friends work, and that you gotta pay your friends and you gotta respect your friends and you gotta text your friends back, and you don't see your friends as a money machine or people that are gonna make you fucking money with co-op playthrough bullshit. But they gotta tell him. That's the thing. You gotta tell him. And at some point you get tired of telling him and you just fuck off. And those dudes were nice enough to even make a video about it, telling him. They finally fucking told him.
And that's what I've always said.
They never told him.
Is that it's really messed up that
he has no self-awareness. You gotta tell him everything.
They made that video. If they really had issues with me, right? What they could have done is talked to me about the issues. Say, hey, we got these things we want to hash out. Let's do it. Let's talk about it.
Because you don't talk to a person like DSP. You just don't fucking talk to him. You can't get to him. You can't. And the reason why he's in this situation and a hell of his own making, where he has to belittle himself, humiliate himself, for 450 members to do this. He has to humiliate himself because he never learned. Because people talk to him. People try to talk to him. Some of his biggest fucking trolls right now tried to talk to him in the past, and they couldn't fucking get to him. So that's how he's gonna be forever, and that's what he deserves, because you can't get to him.
This is why we're not appearing in your content. This is why we've been avoiding you. Instead of, let's just continually avoid you until the situation gets so bad because people on the internet are wondering what's going on, that we make a video that
people on the internet, by the way, DSP was making videos telling people that Rambo retired.
As I'm going about my business the next day, I get a text from the Air Raid Lord. And he says, sorry to hear about what happened. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, I'm sorry to hear that you're leaving YouTube. I start getting other tweets from various people with similar sentiments.
Wow.
So I go, what the hell's going on here? So I go right to his channel, and I see that Phil did not actually call me. He instead made a video, a monetized video, by the way, where he publicly reads the text out loud for whatever reason. He goes on to give me a bunch of compliments and then kind of buries me after that, which is a weird mixture that he likes to do sometimes. It's okay if I speak negatively because I complimented you first, so it's okay, right? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
He does the same thing where he goes, I'm going to be honest with everyone. You know, that usual spiel. He talks about how John's giving up on YouTube. He doesn't want to do stuff on YouTube anymore. He kind of implies like I'm upset about views. I'm not getting enough credit or views or money, and you know, very far from my feelings on things.
Because YouTube didn't work out for him, and then people were going and essentially saying "Rest in peace, Rambo" to Rambo. So yeah, people on the internet, by the way. People on the internet. This fucking entire narrative, considering that I've seen that video a couple of times, this entire narrative is so incredibly full of shit that I couldn't twist it into anything, even if I wanted to, and even if I tried to. So I'm either a terrible troll, or this guy is doing all the twisting for me.
With Phil, so that way it'll close everything off and have an end to it. Because it's essentially, that's exactly what the video did. You know,
exactly what the video did.
100% what the video did.
And that's it. That's it. DSP's pinnacle of desperation. Pinnacle of desperation. His lowest point in fucking begging. Because at this point, do you think his fans are gonna care about this response? No. The trolls are gonna care. And now he wants trolls to be members so he can watch This Is How You Don't Play. And he can watch fucking Rambo and Howard podcast. The two things that he's called throughout the ages to be the most hurtful things to him. It is when the This Is How You Don't Play started, and when Rambo and Howard left him, and when Panda Lee left him. These are the three most hurtful things to fucking DSP. And now two of them are on the line for him to react to you because he wants money this bad. This is how desperate he is. This is how pathetic he's become. Holy fuck. This was the Belch Brief. I'm Anthony Fantano, internet's busiest troll channel. And this new Dark Side Phil album, not good.
Hey, dude, it feels like, if it really feels like he tries to make his channel like that, where it's full of drama. It's all drama, just to try to create controversy so that he can get more views.
Yeah, and we're feeding into it right now.
And we're feeding into it right now.
Like I said, he's still finding ways to monetize us after less time, but